Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to a first impressions video for Nzinga Mbande, who is one of the new leaders of the Leader Pass, the first pack, the Great Negotiators. She is coming in alongside Abraham Lincoln and Sultan Saladin, and she's looking interesting, but we'll get into that in just a moment. I just want to jump right into those and say, if you do like this type of video and want to see more of these, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when these types of videos come up. Please feel free to comment, let me know what you think about this type of stuff, and also consider becoming a channel member if you want to support the channel that way. But let's go ahead and get right into this and see what we've got for Nzinga Mbande of Congo. Now, Congo in general already was kind of a very well-rounded civilization, right? I mean, you got the Nikisi, which gives you food, production, faith, and gold for each relic, artifact, and sculpture. Great work of art, in addition to the usual culture. So they're getting culture because they're pushing for those anyway. And then you're going to get food, production, faith, and gold from that as well, right? You're trying to build up a lot of locations for those types of objects in your cities so that you can just make your cities better at everything, quite frankly. I mean, they're good at everything. Plus, they receive more great artist, great musician, and great merchant points, which does push you towards kind of a culture victory type of thing, or just to get more of these things to make other things, other victory types more available, right? And of course, the palace has slots for 5 great works, which does mean that your capital will be pretty strong because it's going to have at least 5 of these from the get-go. That's 10 food, 10 production, 5 faith, and 20 gold just for being there. I mean, which is pretty huge, right? They also have, I'm going to skip the unit and we're going to come down to the Mabanza. They have that, which is a neighborhood replacement that comes along a little bit earlier. It does have a restriction that it has to be placed on rainforest or woods, but Congo should have a bias towards that, so there should be plenty of that around. It does provide the housing, provides +5 housing no matter what the appeal is, as well as the food and the gold. So another way to get more food, more gold, let your cities continue to grow, all sorts of good stuff there. So again, feeling fairly well-rounded. And then you've got the Nzinga Mbande, I can't say that, sorry. It's their classical era unit that replaces the swordman. It's a pretty strong unit, quite frankly. Now, it does come up early in the game, and I'm personally not a huge fan of early game military units because, yeah, it helps you take a city or two, but then it's gone, and then you've got nothing left, right? So try to use it as much as you can to take that couple cities because you're going to need to make it worth your while, right? If you're going to spend those early game resources to build units like this, then you better get a city or 2 or 3 or however many you can to make it worth your while, because otherwise you would have just been better building up a bunch of infrastructure and then go on conquest later in the game, right? So, but it does come with a +10 combat strength when defending against ranged attacks, which is really, really strong against a lot of those early game archers. If for some reason the city gets walls put up, go after some of those city-states. City-states usually have walls right from the beginning of the game, right? Don't they? So something like that might be worth your while. Can move and see through... it's funny they can say it can move and see through woods and rainforest. All units can move through woods and rainforest, but anyway, it's kind of a funny tidbit there. But it's a good unit. It's a good unit, a good strong unit. Again, it's got a good defensiveness against that ranged attack, which is something that's going to be useful early in the game. Now, for Queen herself, Queen Nzinga Mbande here, she's got Queen of Ndongo and Matamba, and it's a very boring bonus. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a very, very boring bonus, but it's pretty strong bonus at the same time. Boring and strong at the same time. Cities receive +10% yields if on the same continent as your capital, which isn't too hard to do most of the time. You're probably going to want to go for some sort of continents map, something like that. I wouldn't go for a archipelago map because just your luck, you end up being on a continent by yourself and there's no other, you have like 2 cities and that's all you got. So definitely try to veer towards maybe a continent map or Pangaea or something of that nature. That way you can get as many of your cities as possible on your main capital. And then you start to lose -15% if on another continent. That doesn't mean you can't go for domination, because usually by the time you're going towards other continents for domination, the -15% doesn't hurt you that bad. Plus, you're making up that 10% back home with all your main cities, right? But it does kind of lead itself to for me to believe that this is more of a pacifist type of a civilization. Maybe a little bit of early conquest with your early game unit, and then settle in for the long haul. Settle in for, honestly, quite frankly, any victory type. I think Congo with her, because of those extra bonus yields, can be good for just about any victory type that you can go for. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and jump in here, though. I wanted to kind of compare her against Congo's other leader. We've got Mavemba Nzinga. Okay, that's right. I remember him now. Cannot build holy sites, gain great profits, or found religions. which is really crazy, right? That's a very huge, negative thing for you. He's the only civilization that, as far as I know, that has one victory type that's completely out of the question. Absolutely cannot win it. Now, I guess you could win it with her. You just can't win it with him, right? He gains all the beliefs of any religion that has established itself in a majority of his cities, and he receives an apostle each time he finishes a Mabanza or theater square district of that city's majority religion. So he does get some apostles, which allows him to spread stuff and kind of go from there to help really get that. His thing is to get all those religion bonuses in all of his cities that he possibly can, right? Which does mean you are subject to whatever the AI decided to pick as religious bonuses. If they just went and picked a whole bunch of dumb bonuses, unlikely. But if they did, it does kind of really hurt you here with him, right? He's definitely, I don't know how I would play him either. Probably still a little bit more of a pacifist type of a game, really building up that foundation, because he's still got all the same bonuses, right, that Congo has, of the extra food production, all that kind of stuff there, the extra housing and food and gold from his neighborhood replacement. So he's still very well-rounded. She just takes that roundedness, and she cranks it up a notch, right? The extra 10% is a pretty big deal in the grand scheme of things. I do think she's stronger than him. I think she's consistent. Maybe that's a better way to put it. She is more consistent than him. You have no doubt what you're going to get with her. As long as you can settle a good number of cities on your continent, you know exactly what you're getting from her. With him, again, it goes back to my argument that if all the AI pick extremely strong bonuses for the religion, well then yeah, okay, he probably will end up being stronger in that regard. If they pick weak ones, he might not be so good. If nobody picks the one where you can get whatever, isn't there one that gives you like extra relics or something like that? If then nobody picks that, then maybe he's a little bit weaker because he doesn't get those extra food and gold and stuff like that. So I think she's more consistently strong, and I would probably take her over him because I think consistency usually beats out a little bit of RNG, but he has the potential to be quite a bit stronger than her in the end. So there you go. Something quick, a little bit quick video about her. Not really going to get into much more. Let me know what you guys think about the new leader here, Nzinga Mbande of Congo. Do you think she is stronger, the stronger leader of Congo? How do you think she compares against Abraham Lincoln and Saladin in this leader pack? And I guess we'll throw in Julius Caesar as well. I still think she's more interesting than Julius Caesar. I think I'd put her a little bit behind Abraham Lincoln personally, but I haven't played as Congo, so I guess it'd be worth trying it out and see how she feels once you actually get into the game. Again, 10% bonus yields, extremely boring, but very strong. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.